ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 81, verse number 7. So in the chapter we read Sudama's visit to Sri Krishna, how Krishna talked about the importance of Guru and service to Guru and how they served the Guru. And then he asked him if he has brought any gift for him. So, as we know from the earlier description that he brought some flat rice, not puffed rice. But he didn't want to give it because he thought that this is not worth giving it. So he was trying to hide it. But Krishna himself asked. And that's what we read. So patnyaha pativrataayastu sakha priya chikirshaya prapto mamasya dasyami sampado martya durlabha. said that he is my dear friend and he has come here because his wife, who is very devoted to him, wanted him to come. Patnya pativrata astu. Priya chikirshaya, to please her, because he personally was not interested in coming and asking for money. So Krishna understood that he is not interested in asking for any wealth, but still he said that Mamasya dasyami sampado marta durlabha. Still I will give him wealth so much that it will not be possible, not only for human beings but even for the devas, amartya durlabha, that even more than what Indra has, I will give him that much wealth. So this is Krishna's generosity. Ateva punaha swagatamaha. So this is what Krishna is thinking within himself. Patnya iti pativrata iti anena tasya api etat premanurodheneva sakamatvam swatastu param nisprihatvam eva. So he says that he has come here only because wife sent, otherwise he is completely niskam, he has no material desires, and therefore I will give him. So, param nisprihatvam, by himself he is absolutely free from desire. Devanamapi durlabha, I will give him wealth which is not available even to the devas, the gods. Itham vichintya vasnat chīrbadhāt dujanmanah swayam jahara kimidamiti prithak tandulan. So thinking like this, Sri Krishna himself pulled the cloth which he was trying to hide, swayam jahara, asking, what is this, and then pulled that knotted cloth with the flat rice in it. Vasnat chira baddhat baddhan dvijanmana. So they were tied to his cloth and they had prathuk tandulan, the flat rice. So ati jirnat tvad vasnasya punastan madhye chirena baddhan. The cloth he had was very old and it could have torn down and fallen down, so it was further tied in another cloth just to make sure that it doesn't, otherwise some hole and everything falls off. So swam swapanina kakshad akrashya jahara. So he pulled this piece of cloth from under his arm from the side. Nanu etadupnitam me param prinanam sakhe tarpayanti angamam vishvam ete prathak tandulaha. And just in case Sudama feels embarrassed, Krishna himself spoke praising that this is the most wonderful gift I have got. It says param prinanam sakhe, that upnitam me param prinanam. This is very much likable, this will very much satisfy me. Not only this, tarpayanti angam mam vishwam, it will satisfy the whole universe. Because Krishna is the source of everything. If he is satisfied, then everyone is satisfied. So he says that this gift which you have brought with love and affection, this prathak tandula, this flat rice. So flat rice is very important because Krishna ate it brought by Sudama and satisfied the universe. So virasametan madayogyamiti mam manyatha. So do not think that these flat rice are just tasteless thing and I do not deserve them to eat. Yatha me param priyanam. Krishna says that I love them. It's flat rice. Napi alam yatas tarpyanti, and do not think that they are not sufficient. He says, I will be fully satisfied with them. And not only I, but the whole world will be satisfied. Iti mustim sakrit jagdhva dvitiya jagdhumadade tavat shri jagrihe hastam tatpara parameshchana. So after saying this, he already opened the cloth and he took one handful and he ate everything. And after eating that, he says, oh, this is very tasty. So then he went for another one. That I would like to have one more. But then when he was about to take another one, then Rukmani Devi, who was standing there, she caught off the hand. He says, what is this? You are eating all this nice tasty yourself. What about us? We also need. This is not fair that you enjoy the gift yourself. This should be distributed to all of us. So therefore she stopped her by holding her hand. So Jagrihe Swapanina Jagraha. So Jagrihe means that she held her hand. Ma bhungshva iti dyotyamase. So she is indicating that don't eat this. Tatra swasya sakhyur grihad agatam idam adbhutam vastu swameva yadi sarvam bhukshase tadaham swajaya tribhya swasapatnibhya swakinkribhya swasmai cha vibhajya kim dasyami. So she is saying that if you eat everything yourself, this wonderful gift which your friend has brought, because this probably they were never tasted. So she is also thinking, Krishna was eating with so much love and affection. She thought, this must be something very great. Otherwise, how is that he is eating it? So she said, stop, we also need some. This looks wonderful. And if you eat everything, then what will we give to the other queens and the maid servants and the servants, because everybody is keen to see this special gift. So at least they can get one grain, because there are so many of them. So Swakinkribhya Swasmai cha vibhajya, he says, what if you eat everything, there will be nothing left for anybody. Kalu ekaikaupi prithuko nādasyati. Now I think people cannot get even one grain each, because there are 16,000 of them. So how they will get? They have to divide it in half to get a taste of it. Swaviprayam Sri Damanam Gyapyamasa. Mahaso Kamariyavato Asya Udargata Kathor Prithuka Apkarishyanti iti Vastavam Swaviprayam Sasakhibhir Gyapyamasa. So this is the intention which Rukmani wants to convey to Sudama, that Sudama should feel like that really this flat rice is so important, everybody wants it. But her intention was that don't eat, this is going to spoil your stomach. What are you doing? Leave it, it's not worth eating. So this is because they are hard and tasteless. So this is what she is internally thinking, but externally she is saying like that, so that Sudama feels great. Etavatalam vishwatman sarvasampat samriddhaye asmin loke athva musmin punsastvatosha karanam So she also meant to inform that there is no need for you to eat more, because what you have eaten, by this itself you have given him so much that what he is going to get is enough for him in this life and next life. Because if you are satisfied, then what remains to be achieved for such a person? You are Visvatman, you are the Paramatma of the universe, and this eating one morsel is enough for all types of opulence. In other words, he is saying that in exchange of what you have eaten, what you have to give him, that is more than enough. He doesn't need more, so you don't need to eat. Because Krishna was eating with the intention that if I eat, then I become indebted to him. Then I have to give him. Of course, he can give otherwise also, but then he is naturally feels indebted. So she says, no, there is no need for you to eat more. Swaprayansam prati tu swaviprayam gyapyanti mansa eva. So, informing her intention to Sri Krishna, her beloved, she is thinking like this. She is not saying this openly. Etavata alam sarva sampat samriddhi is not spoken openly by her, but it's in the mind. Etavata tu bhuktainaiva alam, that this is enough to eat this. Etavata eva tripto bhava, be satisfied with this much only. Ataha param na bhoktavyam iti bhava. So the meaning is that there is no need for you to trouble yourself to eat more than this. He Visvatman tav tripto visvameva triptam bhavediti bhava. She is addressing Krishna as Visvatman, means the soul of the universe, which implies that once Krishna is satisfied, then everyone is satisfied. Nanu swaya priya sakhaya asmai mahasampattir datum anyadapi bhoktavyam tatraha asmin. If Krishna says that I want to give him lot of wealth, therefore I need to eat more, because I will give him in exchange of what I am eating. So she says that already what you have eaten, you have to give him so much that it is more than enough for here and the next. Asmin loke amasmin valoke, here or the next. Sarva sampatti samriddhyartham tatto saiva karanam bhavati. Says the main reason is that if you are satisfied, then the person will get whatever he wants, and you are already satisfied with him. So there is no need for you to eat more. Visarjaniya lopa arsa tasmad alam viras kathora pruthula pruthuka charvanena iti bhava. Therefore there is no need to eat this tasteless, hard and big pieces of flat rice. Aisa Rukmanya swagatokti reva nato spashtokti. And this is only her thinking. She is not speaking this openly, because if she speaks openly, that will be very insulting to Sudama. Tatha ched arthavgame sati adhano ayam dhan prapya tvagrim vakyam sridamno na sambhaved iti vivechaniyam. So because what Sudama says later on, that I have no wealth and Krishna did not give me anything, because he thinks that if I get wealth I will become too proud and forget him, so therefore he did not give me. So this shows that what is stated here was not said openly, because if she had spoken it explicitly, then Sudama would have heard it. Then he is not going to say, oh, he did not give me anything. Then he knows that he gave me so much. So from that it is concluded that this statement of Rukmani is not spoken verbally but only mentally. Brahmanastam tu rajnim ushitva achyut mandire bhuktva pitva sukham mene atmanam swargatam yatha. And the Brahmana, he spent the night there in the palace of Sri Krishna. He had a nice lunch, dinner, nice drinks, and he felt as if he has reached Vaikuntha, because everything was arranged, everything was so nice, comfortable, there was no problem, no lack, everything was just right. So he felt absolutely perfect and taken care. Swargatam yatha swargagatam iva. So swar can have both meanings. Swar means heaven, swarga, and swar can also means Vaikuntha. So here he says that it means as if he has gone to Swargaloka. But interesting thing is that he did not stay more. Could have stayed few days. And it's quite amazing that in olden days when people came, they would spend months together. Krishna goes and he is very important person. He has big family, children. He's a royal person. Plus so many people love him. But he will spend months in Indraprastha as well as in Hastinapura with Pandavas. And here this Brahmana came and he stayed only one night. Could have spent a week or 10 days, but he said and next day he left. So that's amazing to see that, especially in the olden time when guests used to stay minimum 3 days. 3 days was just minimum. You come one day, then another day, and third day you can leave. But going next day is unheard. So svabhute vishvabhavena svasukhena bhivanditaha jagame svalayam tata patyanuvrajyananditaha. So next day, then Krishna, he honored him happily, and Krishna, who was satisfied himself, he respected him and bid farewell to him. Jagama Swalam, and Sudama, he left for his own abode. And Pathi Anuvrajya Nandita. So while going back, he felt quite satisfied because he did not know how Krishna will receive him. Will he remember him, or he has forgotten him, or how he will be treated? He may be very busy with his royal affairs. So he felt so happy to meet him and how Krishna treated him with so much respect. So he was going, and he is not concerned that he didn't get anything. He's not feeling morose that I came all the way with hope of getting something, and here I'm going. There's not even a single penny in my pocket. All I had is some flat rice, that is also gone. So what did I get? Maybe he got some piece of cloth. Sacha labdhva dhanam krishnat natu yachitvan swayam swagrihan vredito gachan mahad darsa nirvritaha. So he did not get any dhanam, any wealth. Alabdhva dhanam krishnat. Nothing. And he, out of shyness, he also did not ask him. So vridita nayachitvan swayam. and Swagrahana Gachan Mahad Darshan Nirvita. But he was still feeling very blissful because he got the darshan of such a great person as Sri Krishna. So when he is walking back to his house, Swabhute Pardine, so Swabhuta means the next day, Vishwameva Bhavayati Sankalp Matrena Srijati iti Vishwabhavastena. So Vishwabhava is name of Krishna here, one who creates the whole world by his thought. Tasmat Tadrish Vichitra Mahasampanmaya Sudama Purushrishta Tasya ka prayasa iti bhava. So if Krishna can create whole universe, what is the problem for him to make place for Sudama? Sudama Purushrishta. Swasukhena Swananda Purnena, and he is full of his own bliss. Tasya Tadrish Vishyananda Matradane Sachaka Prayatna iti bhava. And what is the effort for him to give happiness to Sudama, his friend? Yatha yatha uchitam. Where is yatha? There is no yatha. Aho brahmanya devasya drishta brahmanyata maya yaddaridratamo lakshmin aslishto bibhrato rasi. So he was wondering that how wonderful it is that Krishna is truly Brahmanya Deva. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahman Hitaya Jagad Hitaya Krishna Govinda Namo Namah. So Krishna is called Brahmanya Deva. So he is also calling him that he is Brahmanya Deva. He is worshipper of the Brahmanas. And I saw it personally how he treated me so nicely. And although I am the most poor person, Daridratama, there is nobody who is more poor than me, but still he embraced me. And who is he? He is the richest person, because he carries Lakshmi Devi on his chest. So the person who carries Lakshmi Devi on his chest was worshipping a person who has zero Lakshmi. So he says this is most amazing. Generally rich people don't like to meet poor people, and if they meet, they want to keep them away because they know that they'll just ask for money and nothing else. But we saw that Sudama did not ask for anything, and Krishna also treated him so nicely. Kwaham daridra papiyan Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana Brahmbandhuriti Smaham Bahubhyam Parirambhitaha. So he is still marveling at this whole meeting, that where I am or who I am, a poor, sinful, fallen Brahmabandhu Brahmana, I am not even a Brahmana. And where is Sri Krishna, the abode of Lakshmi? And he embraced me with his own arms. So how amazing is that? Yadyapi aho ityadi bhi sardhairast bhi kulakam syat. No, Jiva. Nirvritti mevaha aho iti chaturbhi. So his happiness is being described in 4 slokas. Yat yato lakshmi murasi vibhrata tena maslishta. So how great is he that although he is carrying Lakshmi on his chest, yet he embraced me. So this is his Brahmanyata, that how he treats Brahmanas so nicely. Nivasitaha priyajushte paryanke bhrataro yatha mahishya vijita shranto bale vijana hastaya. And then he is remembering that how he made me sit down on the very bed where he was situated with his wife Rukmani Devi, Priyajuste Priyanke. He treated me just like his brother. And not only that, his queen, she fanned me to remove my fatigue, taking the chamara in her own hands. So much service was done to him. No commentary. Sushrushaya paramaya pada samvahanadibhi pujito deva devena vipradevena devavat. And then he performed personal service to me by pressing my feet, by massaging my feet. And although he is the Deva, all the Devas worship him, but he was worshipping me. He is the worshipper of the Brahmanas, and he treated me as if I am some demigod, as if I have come from Swargaloka. That's how he treated me. Swargapavargyo pumsam rasayam bhuvi sampadam sarvasam api siddhinam moolam tacharnarchanam. Whatever are the perfections which can be had either in the Swarga or the perfection of moksha or any other opulence in the lower subterranean planets like Patala, Sutala, Bitala, Atala, etc. Says the worship of feet of Sri Krishna is the source of all types of perfections. Sarvasam api siddhinam moolam tacharnarchanam. So doing archana to Krishna's feet brings all perfection. And that very Krishna was worshipping me. So what can I ask for? Adhanoyam dhanam prapya madhyan ucchairnimam smaret iti karuniko nunam dhanam me bhuri na dadat. So now you see the mood of Sudama, that instead of finding fault with Krishna, he is praising him, even this thing that he did not give him anything. Any other person would say, what is this? I came all the way and he is so miser that he didn't give me a penny. And I'm going back. Should have thought why I have come and should have given me even if I did not ask. So, but what is saying that I am indigent, poor, completely, and if I get money, then I may become intoxicated by wealth and then forget him. That's why he did not give me wealth. So even this is praising him. So iti karuniko nunam. Therefore Krishna is very, very gracious that he didn't give me wealth. He is seeing grace in this. We see only grace when our wish is fulfilled, and if our wish is not fulfilled, then we think, why God is doing this to me? But he is seeing grace even in this, that how Krishna treated him and not gave him anything. The very purpose for which he went there, he didn't get that. So therefore he says that Name Nunam Dhan Name Bhuri Ada Dadat. So he did not give me even little bit of money. Abhuri. Abhuri means little. Or it can also mean bhuri, that he didn't give me much. At least he treated me nicely. Abhuri api dhanam na dadat. So he did not give me even little bit of wealth. Yadva yan mahiyam nadat tadeva me bhuri dhanam. Or the meaning is that because he did not give me anything, that itself is a wealth for me, not him. So this is the attitude of devotee, that not seeing flaw in God or devotees, Vaishnavas, Guru. Not all the time that looking for an opportunity when to criticize. Yadva nu nishchitam unam alpadhanam nadat apitu bhuri adat. Or the meaning is that he did not give me little money, which means that he gave me a lot money. That can also be the meaning. Iti tat chintayannanantah chantayannantah prapto nij grihantim. Grihantim or grihantikam? Grihantikam. Surya nalendu sankasair vimane sarvato vritam. So this is how he was thinking in his mind, and thinking like this he reached his own home, Nijgriha, Antim, near. And when he came there, he says, "Where is my house? Where is my hut?" So that was gone, and in its place there was this shining palatial building, Surya Nalindu Sankasi. It was shining like the sunlight, like the fire, like the moon rays. Vimani, all around there were canopies and pillars, big palace, everything. Vichitra pavan udyanai kujad dvijkula kulai protfulla kumadam bhoja kalhara utpal bharibhi. Not only that he had a house, but he had a real royal palace with gardens, backyard, front yard, forest around, and there were birds chirping in that, and various types of flowers, lotus flowers, red lotus, blue lotus, white lotus. They were all growing in the lake around the house. Justam svalankritai pumbhi stribhischa harinakshibhi kimidam kasya vasthanam katham tadidam ityabhut. And this palace was having people in it which were moving around. They were all nicely dressed, decorated, ornamented, men and women with beautiful eyes like the doe. And then he was wondering, what is this? Where have I come? Am I in the right place? Whose place is this? Evam mimansamanam tam nara naryo amara prabha pratyagranam mahabhagam gita vaddena bhuyasha. When he was deliberating like this in his mind, then there were men and women who were beautiful like the devas. They came to receive him, the most fortunate one, with songs and music. So this poor Brahmana is now being received because he not only got the house but also servants to take care of it. So tattada nij grihasya antikam vishnasti suryatyadivi. So describing how he saw his house. Pratmam tej punjam drishtva kemidam iti. So first he saw from far like a very shining place. So then he thought, what is this? Tato vimanani. Then he saw palatial towers, drishtva. He says, oh, this is a house. Whose is it? Tasthalam sviyatva nishchitva katham tadidam. But he says that this is the place of my house. This is where my house was. So how did this happen? Pratyagrananiti etascha bhagavata eva mahyam datta iti nishchitya tansa agranhat manasa svichakar. And then these people came to receive him. So he understood that all this has been given by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So he accepted them, and then they received him. Tam paschadeta tam pratigranan swamitvena svichakro. So meaning is that they accepted him as their master, they understood that he is the owner of this whole place. Although he did not look like that. Remember, he was called Dhamni Santatim. All his veins were coming out and he was Kuchaila, dressed very shabbily. So these people who were coming to receive him, they are dressed very nicely. So now he also has to change his dress. Patimagatam akarnya patni uddharsati sambrama nishchakrama grihaturnam rupini Śrīrivalayat. When Sudama's wife heard that the husband has come, so she became very happy, very elated, and in a great flurry she came out from the house quickly, and now she was looking very beautiful, like goddess Lakshmi herself. So she was not emaciated anymore. So overnight she gained weight. And Sudama will also. Sarupini Sririti Bhagna Chadi Bhittike Grihe Sa Kuchaila Suska Kuchadi Avyava Nishi Supta Asit. So at night she slept. So she was sleeping in the house with broken walls and shabbily dressed and with her emaciated body and sunken breasts, everything like malnourished. So that's how she slept at night. Pratar utthaya svam shriyam grihadikam cha tadrisham drishtva kshanam chamatkar sindhu magna. But in the morning when she woke up, she was nicely formed in her body, nicely dressed, and she looked all around. She was not on the same bed on which she has gone to sleep. So she was in the dreamland. But it was real dream. Paschat Bhagavata Dattam Tad Vaibhavam Nishchitya Tatah Pati Manetum Nishchakram. But then later on she understood that, oh, my husband has gone to see Sri Krishna and it is all his gift to us. So seeing that, she was very happy, and then she went to receive the husband. Pativrata patim drishtva premotkanṭha shrulochana militakshanam adbuddhya mansa parisasvaje. So the chaste wife, when she saw husband, she had tears of love and eagerness in her eyes, and she closed her eyes, militaksha, by closing her eyes as if she is bowing down to Sudama, and in the mind she embraced him. So patim drishtva iti dhamani vyaptam suska gatram kuchalam swapatim sa parichinotu iti etardartham eva bhagavata sakhyutasya tadrishatvam ne durikritam iti jnaya. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining why Krishna did not give him nice dress, at least should have given him a nice dhoti. That please take this. So he came back with the same dress in which he had left. So he said that he did not change his dress because if he would have changed his dress and come back, the wife would not recognize him. She will think, who is this? This is not my husband. And she is very chaste wife, she would not look at any other man. And it will be very difficult for Sudama to convince that I am your husband. So therefore he left him as it is, so that she can recognize. Otherwise it will be a very difficult situation. The husband will say, no, I am the husband, and she will say, no, you are not my husband. How can you be like this? So therefore he says that he did not give him new dress. Patnim viksha vispurantim devim vaimanikim iva dasinam niskakantinam madhye bhantim savishmitaha. So Sudama was completely astonished to see his wife, who was appearing very shining, well dressed, and she looked like the goddess from the heaven. And she was surrounded by maidservants, and all these maidservants were dressed very nicely. They all had golden necklaces in their neck. So he was very surprised that what is this? So much wealth. He has never dreamt. Even in the dreams he could not dream this kind of wealth. Because dreaming also has a limit. This was beyond any imagination. At least Sudama's mind would not be able to imagine it. Sato swapatnim tam na parichikaya ityaha patnim. So he says that Sudama was not able to recognize his own wife when she came. Patnim swabharyam devim iva viksha savismita. She thought that she is some goddess from heaven. Who is she? So she must have spoken then. Keyam devangna ma madhvam upaiti. Who is this heavenly lady who is approaching me, walking towards me? Vishmaya abdhau patita. He fell into an ocean of surprise. Tatasya tavaeva yam sabharya iti tavir gyapita. Then all the people who were there, they all told him that she is your wife, she is your wife. And when he heard so many people saying it, he got convinced. He says, so many people cannot be wrong. She must be my wife. Because everybody said, no, this is your wife. She is your wife. So tabhir gyapitas tatakshana eva swamevam deham cha divya saundarya tarunya vastra lankara adi ashritam vikshya prita. So when this happened, then he also changed suddenly. His body also got transformed and he also became healthy and beautiful looking, nicely dressed. Then he was very happy because there has to be a match. And now the wife will have no problem because she saw him first and then she saw changing. She can understand that just as she got changed, then he also got changed. So this is the magic. So once one old man from village side came to the city and he has never seen an elevator. He went to a mall and the elevator was there. So he was standing there, people going in, coming out. He says, what is this? So first he saw the elevator opened. One old lady went inside the elevator. And then the elevator closed. And then after some time the elevator opened again and a very beautiful young lady came. Said, oh my God, this is magic. I should have brought my wife. Changing the old lady into the young one. So this is what happened here. The wife got changed and then he also got changed. So Divya Saundarya Tarunya Vastra Alankara Adi Ashritam Viksha. So then he was also dressed with divine beauty, youth and nice dress and ornaments. So then he was very pleased. Pritaha swayam taya yuktaha pravishto nij mandiram manistambha sato petam mahendra bhavanam yatha. So then pleased he entered into the house which was just like the palace of Indra, Mahendra Bhavanam Yatha. Sridam Ranka Bhaktartha Bhumya Nita Indra Vaibhavaiti Brihat Sahasranam Stotram. So in Mahabharata, there is a Brihat Sahasranam Stotra. There are 1000 names of Vishnu there. It is different from the Vishnu Sahasranam, which is also there in Mahabharata. And there one name of Krishna is mentioned there. Sridama Ranka Bhakta Artha Bhumi Anita Indra Vaibhavam. That Krishna is one who brought the opulence of Indra on earth for the sake of his devotee, Sridama, who was very poor. So that's what it shows, because here it says Mahendra Bhavanam Yatha. That his house was like palace of Indra now. Because earlier he said that his opulence will be more than opulence of Indra. Paya fena nibha shayya danta rukma parichadaha Pariyanka hemadandani chamar vyajnani cha. So it is describing, at least we can hear this, we will never get the chance to see it. So it says Paya fena nibha shayya. The beds were very white, just like the foam color. And danta rukma parichada. Their beds were made from ivory and they were bedecked with white, with gold, rukma parichada. And Pariyanka hemadandani. And then their legs were made from gold. And chamar vyajnani cha. And there were chamaras around them. So that when Sudama is sitting, then maids are doing chamara. Asnani cha hemani mridupastarnani cha muktadama vilambini vitanani dyumanti cha. And there were very beautiful thrones for sitting, like chairs, made from gold with very soft cushion on top of them. And they were hanging some pearls, jeweled garlands like things. And vitanani dyumanticha. There were beautiful canopies which were shining. Swachha spatika kudyeshu mahamarkateshu cha ratnadeepa bhrajmana lalna ratna sanyutaha. And the walls were made from spatik, crystal, and there was emerald in them, and there were jeweled lamps, means the lamps had big jewels on them which will give light at night. So it was shining like that, and there were beautiful women all around. Vilokya brahmanas tatra samriddhi sarvasampadam tarkyamasa nirvyagra samriddhi mahitukim. So when the Brahmana saw all this opulence, more than anything other possible, he thought without any agitation in his mind that all this wealth is causeless grace of Krishna and not anything else. Kudyeshu bhittishu. Kudya means bhitti, which were made of crystals. Katham bhuteshu markata indra nilvanya jatita yeshu. And this emerald and sapphire, blue sapphire, were inlaid in those walls. Lalna ratnai sanyuta bhrajmana ratna deepascha santi. And there were beautiful women around, and there were Ratna Deepa, the lamps which will light at night. So he thought that this is causeless grace. That's how he thought about it. So he's deliberating on it, that how he's still marveling at Krishna's grace, that how wonderful is Krishna, that he has given so much to me. I did not expect. He went, if you ask God, how much will you ask? Whatever you ask, you will only ask something limited. But without asking, how much he gives, you don't know. So therefore, better not to ask. Because he thinks from his point of view and we think from our point of view. We are limited and he is unlimited. So if he would have asked, he would have said, okay, give me 1,000, 10,000, whatever. He would not sound very greedy. So he is not going to ask this kind of wealth. Because Krishna said, why do you need a palace to live? But he gave it himself. Nunam batay tanmam durbhagasya saswadaridrasya samriddhi hetu mahabhuter avalokto anyo naiva padyete yaduttamasya. So he says that this cannot be anything else but the grace of Krishna, who is the best of the Yadus. Yadu uttamasya naiva padyete avalokto mahavibhuti. He says, I am a durbhaga, I am most unfortunate person, and I was always poor, saswad daridrasya. But now, samriddhi hetu, the cause of my opulence, of this mahavibhuti, this great Aishwarya that I am seeing, avalokto anyo naiva padyeti yaduttamasya. I don't see any other reason but grace of Sri Krishna, the best of the Yadus. Bat harse, the word bata is used in happiness. Nunam nishchitam etat. Nunam means certainly, cannot be anything else. Esa cha asau aham cha tasya etanmam samriddhi hetu. So this and I myself and the cause of my opulence, all this. So this cannot be anything else but the gracious glance of Sri Krishna. Yaduttamasya avalokatah kripa katakshad anyo naiva padyeta naiva sambhavyeta. There is no possibility of such an opulence coming from any other means. Durbhagasya mandabhagyasya sasvatasya sasvada. Although I am most unfortunate, yet Sri Krishna, he has been so gracious that he has given this incomparable, immeasurable wealth to me, which no one can think of. So in this way he is praising Sri Krishna, and he will continue to do that in upcoming verses. We'll read that tomorrow if there is any question. Otherwise, Bhakti Kavya.